Hey everybody, it's Brad with the Big Family Homestead, and in this video we're going to do a quick review on the Change More X40W. Let me see what they say the official name of this is. It says here, car refrigerator with compressor, which not real snappy, folks. We got to work on your naming structure. We're going to get right into what this is and what it does, because I promise you, it's a lot cooler than the name implies. Yes, it is a fridge freezer thingy, but the cool thing about it is that it's mobile, it's easily put into a vehicle, and it is a fridge freezer thingy. We're gonna get into what it is, but we're also gonna get into what it's not. And I will also say this, I like this thing for reasons that you probably might not think off the surface, but I also am gonna tell you the dish on what things I don't like about it. And here's why, people. Because yes, Change More sent this to me, but they have no sway over the content of this review. Therefore, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to give you my opinion. And what I'm not going to do is bore you down with a billion statistics on, cooling rate adjustments of the inner core temperature, whether you're in, sunshine or snow or whatever. All of that, all those stats, they can all be found, and that's not going to be here. This is going to be where the rubber meets the road kind of interview. Now, that said, review. I said review. No, I wanted to say review, but I said interview. Here's the scoop. Now, this is about the size of a biggish, Coleman cooler kind of thing you would normally have, whatever, your beverages in there. Maybe you like to keep your frosty items in a cooler like this. Well, this is unlike that in that it's 12 volt powered, so you can, have this thing running off of a truck or a car or any 12 volt source, including, and this is one of the reasons why I was interested in it at all, solar powered battery backup system can do this pretty easily. Now, before we get too crazy into what I think and what I don't think, because I'm going to tell you the good along with the bad, because it doesn't make sense for me just to be like, hey, this is great, and not point out the things that I don't think are awesome. That said, let's look at some of the overarching things that it is and that it does, and I'll keep that short because this is not going to be a hyper technical, nth degree, this is exactly what happens at this point in the day at this temperature, because whatever. You want to look that up, Google it. Let's get into what it is, and then I'll give you my opinion. Okay, so what you've got here is the Change More X40W car refrigerator with compressor. I know, not the snappiest name, but it is a cool thing, and I'll show you. So basically, it's a lot like you would see a regular mobile fridge freezer, but this is nice. There's a basket in here. You got LED lights, 2 different compartments. Now, this is in the drain plug down there. That's super nice. Trust me, that's really nice. They give you some handy dandy information right there on what temperatures and good practices for how to keep things there. But then you've got over here your control panel. On, off, obvious. There's a lock switch that you can lock and unlock it so that you can't accidentally bump controls. Plus and minus for the temperature that you can set things at. Tells your volts. This battery thing, we're going to get to this here in a second, but just suffice it to say that this might be one of the reasons why you want to watch. Okay, then over here, not every regular old weekend warrior cooling, Coleman cooler thingy has a USB charger on it, but this one does. Down here, you've got your power input. Notice that 12 volt. There was an option here on a future model that was in the manual that we're going to talk about that. But other than that, to give you my arching opinion, I guess. I like this. This is kind of cool. Watch this. It doesn't crash down. It's not like one of those things that just smacks down. It has a slowing kind of push back a little bit so it doesn't smash down. And the lid does lock a little. That's nice. That's nice. Handles, and then there are handles that you can affix on here that has a different kind of grip and even like a handle grip. But I want to point something out right now. You hear this? It's running. It's nice and quiet. That is really, really nice. Now let's talk about a little bit about what I think about this thing. Okay, so in summing up, what do I think of the Changemore X40W fridge freezer thingy, portable 12 volt thingy, awesome thing? Okay, do I think it's a good product? Yes, I do think it's a good product. Do I think it's worth the money? I do think it's worth the money if you have a need for it. Now, if you don't, if it's a gadget, well, then that's kind of up to you. You got to decide whether or not, you know, it's worth it to you for tailgating and camping and that sort of thing. Then if you like that sort of thing and it's your, you know, your wheelhouse, so to speak, then you've got to decide whether or not that price tag is going to be worth it to you. There will be links down below for you to check it out. Do I think it's important for folks that have medical issues where you got to keep medicines cold to look at this? Yes. That's my personal take, is that if it's not this product, find one that works, but this one's a solid product, and that's true. And do I think it's a fair price for what you get? I really do. Now, that said, here's the caveat. I've only used this thing for, well, let's just say this. We haven't had it more than a couple months right now. So I can't fairly tell you if it's going to work for 6 months. I can't fairly tell you if it's going to work for a year, but that's why you have warranties and that's why you have that sort of thing. So I have no reason to believe that it's not going to work that long. I just don't frankly know, and you'll have to make that judgment call for you. Do I think it's a cool product? I most certainly do. For people that need this sort of thing for medicines and that kind of thing, I would have one. I would reallocate my own personal finances to make sure that I had a backup. Do I like the battery backup that's not available? Man, I wish that it was available. I wish that it was available. But as of right now, it's not. Do I still think it's cool? I really do, and that is no pun intended. So there you have it, folks. You do your own research. The whole idea is that I'm just another voice, another opinion, and you can decide from there based on what your needs are, whether this is a good fit for you. But I like it, and there's that. I probably won't use the USB thing, but that's just me. Anyway, I'm Brad with Big Family Homestead. You guys have an amazing and blessed day.